Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a topic that's on everyone's mind, especially as we get older: retirement planning. Whether you're in your 20s, 30s, or even 50s, it's never too early or too late to start thinking about your retirement. But here's the thing: when should you start saving for retirement? And how much do you actually need to save? The reality is that retirement can seem like a far-off thing, but the earlier you start planning, the easier it will be to live comfortably when you're no longer working. In today's video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about retirement planning, when to start, how much to save, and the different options you have for building a nest egg that will support you when the time comes. So let's dive in. Let's talk about how to plan for retirement the right way, no matter where you are in your financial journey. I know it's easy to put off thinking about retirement, especially if it seems like something that's decades away. But here's the reality: the earlier you start saving for retirement, the more time your money has to grow. This is where the magic of compound interest comes into play. Let me explain. When you start investing in your retirement accounts, you're not just earning returns on the money you've invested. Over time, you'll also earn returns on the returns you've already made. It's like a snowball effect. Small contributions can add up significantly in the long run. Think about it this way: if you start saving at 25, you have 40 years for your money to grow. But if you wait until you're 40, you only have 25 years. The difference in growth between those 15 years can be huge, and it's one of the reasons why starting early is key. Now, let's talk about when to start saving for retirement. Honestly, the best time to start saving for retirement was probably yesterday, but the next best time is today. But if you're in your 20s, 30s, or even 40s, don't worry. It's never too late to start. Here's the deal: the earlier you start saving, the less you have to put aside each month to reach your retirement goals. Let's look at this with an example. If you start saving at 25 and contribute $300 a month until you're 65, you'll have more than enough saved up for retirement, even if you're earning average investment returns. But if you wait until you're 35, you'll need to save more, maybe $400 or $500 a month just to catch up. And if you wait until 45, that number might go up to $600 or $700. The earlier you start, the less you have to contribute each month. So the earlier you start saving, the easier it will be to reach your retirement goals. Now, on to the big question: how much do you actually need to save for retirement? This can be a little tricky to answer because it depends on your lifestyle, where you plan to live, and how much you want to spend in retirement. That said, there are some general guidelines that can help you figure out how much you need to save. A common rule of thumb is to aim to save 10 to 15% of your income for retirement. Ideally, you'll start with 10%, and if you can afford to increase that amount over time, even better. But just setting a percentage isn't enough. To really understand how much you need to look at a few factors. First, think about the lifestyle you want to live once you retire. Do you want to travel, spend more time with family? Do you plan to work part-time, or are you planning to live completely off your savings? A good starting point is to aim for 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement income. For example, if you currently make $60,000 per year, you'll want to aim for $42,000 to $48,000 per year in retirement income. This will depend on your lifestyle, though. If you're planning to travel or live in a more expensive area, you might want to aim for a higher percentage of your pre-retirement income. Another guideline you'll often hear is the 4% rule. This rule suggests that in retirement, you can safely withdraw 4% of your total retirement savings per year without running out of money. So if you want $40,000 a year in retirement, you'd need to have around $1 million saved up. $40,000 divided by 0.04 equals $1 million. You also need to think about inflation. As time goes on, the cost of goods and services will increase, so the money you save today won't go as far in the future. Make sure your savings plan takes inflation into account, and consider investing in assets that will outpace inflation, like stocks. Now that you know when to start and how much to save, the next question is where to save that money. There are a few different types of accounts and strategies you can use to save for retirement, and each comes with its own set of benefits. If your employer offers a 401k plan, this is a great place to start. A 401k is a retirement account that allows you to save for retirement pre-tax. This means the money you contribute is deducted from your income before taxes are taken out, which lowers your taxable income for the year. Some employers also offer a match, which means they'll contribute a certain amount of money to your account as well. It's basically free money, so if you have a 401k match, you should definitely take advantage of it. If you don't have access to a 401k or want to save more, an IRA, individual retirement account, is a great option. There are two main types of IRAs: traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs. A traditional IRA allows you to deduct your contributions from your taxable income for the year, but you'll pay taxes on the money when you withdraw it in retirement. A Roth IRA allows you to make after-tax contributions, but when you withdraw the money in retirement, it's tax-free. Both types of IRAs have annual contribution limits, but they're both great options for building retirement savings outside of an employer-sponsored plan. While 401ks and IRAs offer tax benefits, you might also consider opening a brokerage account for retirement. Brokerage accounts don't have the same tax advantages, but they offer more flexibility in terms of how and when you can access your money. If you want to have more control over your investments or need additional savings outside of your retirement accounts, this is a good option. So you've got your plan in place. You know when to start saving, how much to save, and where to put your money. But how do you stay on track? Here are a few tips to help you. The easiest way to save for retirement is to automate your contributions. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your retirement accounts every month. That way, you don't have to think about it, and you'll stay consistent. As your income grows, try to increase your savings rate. If you get a raise or a bonus, consider putting a portion of that into your retirement accounts. Even small increases over time can make a huge difference in the long run. Keep an eye on how your investments are doing. You don't need to check them every day, but it's a good idea to review your portfolio once or twice a year to make sure you're on track to meet your retirement goals. Remember, retirement is a long-term goal. There will be ups and downs along the way, but stay disciplined and keep your eyes on the prize. The earlier you start, the less you'll have to save later on. So stay consistent and keep saving. So there you have it. Retirement planning may seem like a daunting task, but with the right strategy, it's entirely achievable. Start saving early, aim to put aside 10 to 15% of your income, and make sure you're saving in the right types of accounts. The more you contribute today, the more you'll have to live on when you retire. I hope this video helped you understand the basics of retirement planning. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more personal finance tips. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or thoughts on retirement planning, and I'll see you in the next video.